Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to your reading. Let's pull the symbols first and we're going to dive into the coffee cup later. We have your affairs with your family. Okay, this week might be all about you playing a different role in the family, news of a birth, or a new business opportunity. It seems like some of you might be actually starting a new business with the family or forming a structure that will actually become a family, which is also a good news. Another thing here we have is a news of a birth. So it can also, you might receive within this next 7 days, some news about a birth, a new baby coming into the family. It can change your position, the role that you're playing in that space, okay? Let's see what else we have here. We have a grasshopper, situations in the balance that require careful handling. That's why I feel you're going to take on a challenge that it's not really in the challenge that you have to really work yourself off. It's not really that. It's about actually acting in a very careful and wise way because people are going to follow the lead, okay? And the grasshopper is a leap forward. So if the ancestors, predecessors, I think that's the word, used to act in a certain way and get the same result, but it's a useful and useless result, now you need to make a change in that direction. Flag, do not be tempted to lower your standards. That's why I feel like maybe in the past the standard was different, but now you need to switch that around. You need to change that standard, okay? And do not be tempted because romance is in the air. I feel like these are all related somehow. This can be even when you do not lower your standards. You might get like a romantic offer as well, which is today is the Valentine's Day. It can be the energy following throughout the year. So it can be affecting the whole energy of the year for you if you keep it up that high standard, okay? Let's dive into the coffee cup. By the way, if you're new here, this is Divine Light, and I'm so happy you joined me today. And if you are new here, you go on to enjoy this one, go ahead, give it a like, and hit the subscribe button. I see there are 2 tears of joy already showing up, and the third one is outside, falling outside. So it can be some good news that you're going to be receiving, or resolutions, or responses coming forward. It's a good sign. I see a number 9 in the bottom of the cup here. Number 9 is enlightenment, and it's like a high level of energy. You understanding why certain things are actually going in a certain way, which will fuel your, maybe give you more enthusiasm to pursue your desires. There are 2 short pathways opening outside, 1 long pathway opening. You might be actually, there's a big highway as well. This can be highway of information. I feel like these are not physical paths for some of you. These are about exchanging information and ideas. Okay, you're going to be connecting with people, communicating with other people as well. And there's going to be exchange of ideas happening here. Maybe even information, like I said, valuable, important information is going to change the course of things. And that's why I feel do not be tempted. It says with a flag here, you might be thinking like, I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm not going to be able to get that pardoned or get that approved. So I should maybe go with a lower standard. This says keep it up. Keep your mind at the things that you desire rather than keep like worrying about if it's not going to come or not. There are many people here. I already see a devil, like a devil clown right there. Kind of reminds me of this evil clown from a movie. I don't recall the name of the movie. And there's another one here. This is a different type of clown again. They're on a crossroad here. So you might be dealing with these 2 people, evil clowns. The clown can be interpreted as people who doesn't seem like who they are. Maybe they have a facade in front of them. It's not in a negative sense, but it can be something you should be cautious, because if these people are not showing who they truly are, this can be a problem in the future, because they might try to sell you a solution. These two pathways might be the solution that they're trying to sell you, but it seems like this might be the solutions that they might not even choose for themselves because they're not effective. There's a higher pathway here. Okay, there's a different pathway opening for you, so look for that one. Even if this is, I'm going to go with this example of the romance in the air. Maybe there are two people telling you, okay, we use this app to find the love of our lives, but which is not their truth. There's a better way, higher way that you can go with your gut instinct, and situations in the balance that require careful handling. When you handle them carefully, you're going to be able to find what's compatible with you, not compatible with their energy, okay? Another thing I have here is, I told you, there's a massive crowd. The crowd can be also the crowded mind. Maybe you're overanalyzing things. You're thinking an issue really deeply, but the solution is not in your mind, okay? The solution is out there inside of the real crowd. Can be a community, can be people. I see here, kind of reminds me, this silhouette of this creature is a goat. Goat can be representative of a greatest of all times, someone who is actually reasonable, knowledgeable, experienced about the subject that you want to resolve. The thing is, this person might be someone, I see there's a heel in front of them. Maybe you need to make an appointment to go see this person. And you're thinking, oh, it's going to cost a lot. But one time, maybe even like a short communication can be also here, helpful. You don't have to just commit to it the whole thing, make like a 10-year contract. It can be getting an advice one time will be enough for you to really find the solution here. I see maybe in the middle of the week, there's someone on fire, is on the back of another person right there. I feel like this is your energy that, okay, you are going there advising, but still not following. Like you're hearing the solid, valid advice, but you're not following it. You're still bending backwards here to carry someone who's on fire on your back. This person who's on fire can be someone who is actually really in trouble. The fire can be representative of this person being in trouble. Okay, that they're unhelpable, but you're still trying to carry them on your back. Sometimes I see in the comments that if this is like, I interpret sometimes this about business, work. Some people say they don't work. It doesn't relate to them. I give that as an example. This can even be a person. Oh, Wheel of Fortune coming forward. The change is coming. Okay. So it seems like you're carrying this person on your back with the hopes that they're going to be the one who's going to bring the change and the offer and the happiness. However, I can see that there is a separation happening. You can see your hand. You're saying goodbye, waving goodbye. That's when the change is coming. Soon as you realize that you are the one bringing the change, you are the one bringing the offering here, then you're going to be able to create this, like make a decision to walk away to an environment that you're actually accepted and loved, rather than dealing with someone who is always in trouble. There are some people in our lives, like when you look at the past or maybe in the present moment, they always have a problem. Their problem never ends. And massive problems most of the time, okay? Not like tiny little things that we deal day to day. So some of you are trying to really help these people, and that is like holding you back, okay? But when you make the decision to walk away, say goodbye, you can see right in front of you, right there, there's like a magician, okay? This person's holding like a big stick in their hand, like creating here. I'm trying to see the magician we have here, okay? This one is on the side profile, I see, but the regular magician is holding the magic wand in his hand, can be a Virgo or a Gemini, coming to you with a new offer, a new solution. Okay, so if you don't do well on trying to save others, I told you that you will be playing a different role this time. And this role can be actually being understanding that this person is in trouble, but this time around giving them the chance to resolve their own thing. Okay? That's also compassion. That's also empathy. We think the empathy is, we mix the empathy with sympathy. Sympathy is feeling bad for someone and trying to fix their problems. Empathy is understanding that this is their own struggle, understanding that, okay, this is a big challenge, and being understanding towards them, but it doesn't mean that going and being in their life, just inserting yourself in there and trying to solve their problem. That's not empathy. I see there's a baby, a newborn coming forward. There's a new birth for you and for that other person. And for some of you, this can be even a lover's position, maybe someone that you want to have as a lover, or you did have as a lover in your life. And now you're letting them grow. And another thing here is, I feel like there's something karmic also closing for you too. You are really having a rebirth moment. And maybe there's a new upgrade, like a new level that you're upgrading to in your life, okay? This energy, like I see a little V here. V can be your victory. V can be a new person coming into your life or leaving your life, like Ava, Victor, Venus, Vivian. It can be in your first name or the last name. It seems like even if you don't have the letter V, it can be your victory here. And you're writing down a legend. Like here, there's actually maybe even signing like a notebook here. You're creating a new story this time. I see the phone lines forming here. This came towards the end of the week. You're actually really relaxing, letting that drama and that darkness go, like fizzle out. Because there's new light coming in. And you can see like there's the stairs now. You're climbing down the hill from like there are stairs in front of you. You don't have to like pull with a rope and like that hooks and that chains and stuff. You don't have to just build infrastructure in order to come down from that stuff that you have been through. It is going to be like a very easy stairs and steps that you're going to be able to actually start something new, okay? Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, an intention, hold it in your mind. There are two people having a conversation right away. There's like a bucket behind you. The bucket actually seems like maybe the abundance that you have, what you're bringing to the table. Your desire has some time. I see here there's a bald man which has a snake above his head. Kind of looks like a sword as well, but the snake can be indicative of maybe healing. Your desire, when the time is right, is flowing very easily. The time is right though. The first flip, it didn't really show up because it seems like there's like some things need to change or happen in order for it to come. This man behind you is also the man with a snake above his head is behind you as well. This is someone attached to you. Someone that you have been carrying on your back. You're detaching from them quietly. When you have this new person in front of you, you're detaching from this person. I'm going to say, I said bold man. Bold man can be also, it doesn't have to be a man, but boldness can represent a person who is not in touch with the higher powers and the intuitive guidance and gut feeling. This can be someone who's dulling themselves with other like things like social media and stuff. Maybe they're not really paying attention to truly what's going on. You're moving away from them. You're detaching from them. When you actually see eye to eye with another person in front of you, masculine figure, feminine figure, it's not really significant what they are, but it seems like it's a gender is not very specific. So that's why I feel like if you're male or female, it doesn't matter. It can apply to you. But there is a person you had like basically there was a horse that you keep betting on, which failed you. Now this time you're actually detaching from that horse because you're finding someone actually human that you don't have to bet on, because everything is, all cards are on the table, that you have an open communication. This is not a guessing game anymore. You're clear with them, they're clear with you. And the communication, you can see all these little dots are the words that they're being spoken. The energy field is intact. So this is like a secure relationship, secure situation. It can be even, yes, I'm going to say again, a job communication, or about money, or about relationship. Everything is going to be on the table and being discussed and give security. And I feel like that's why the timeline wise, you're detaching at the last moment, dropping the other person, because you still have doubts, because maybe this is something brand new. You never experienced such a thing before. Okay, let's see what the tarot has to say. When I do this kind of like timeline readings, I go day by day or month by month. But it's overall one day's energy can spread into the next 6 months as well. Okay. I like to keep it a little loose. We have the Four of Wands, want to show up right away. I feel like some of you are closing a cycle already. It's the end of the Four of Wands is a wedding celebration, ending of a certain period of time, of effort, and ending it with victory, basically. It seems like here, okay, why do we have upright? I don't usually do that, upright and okay. So let's fix it up. Three of Wands is a new adventure. So I can interpret, because it want to come the reversed. Maybe you want to set off to a new adventure, but you're not sure. You're not sure. You're not confident. You cannot see if it's going to work out. But still you're going to consider it. You're going to start planning for it. You're going to start considering to go on to this adventure. I feel Sagittarius energy here. Sagittarius is fire. Sagittarius kind of like reminds me of a dragon's energy, like the arrow. The dragon has like an arrow tail. So this is something still, even though you still have doubt, this one has still doubt. It's not really the confident merchant here. Still keeps moving forward. You still taking action, even if you don't think it can work out. Because at the end of the day, you will figure out a way that how it's not going to work out, and you will try a different way to make it work out. This kind of reminds me of a face right here. I don't know if you can see nose and the eyes looking at us. We have the Hangman here. When you take the action right away, you might have a paused reaction. Okay, something might be pausing on your tracks. Like I said, this is going to help you reevaluate the situation and take a different action, make a different move, which is, I feel like, also powerful. It's not like, let's pull all the cards now. Yeah, it's because you need to, wow, guys, Chariot and the Lovers. It's not a long-term pause. It's a pause so if there's a loss happening in the future, you can foresee that. And you can reverse that, or you can understand why the pause is happening as well, okay? We have here, right after you decide on your new adventure, make your decisions about going forward and starting to take action, you might have a temporary pause and reflect, am I on the right pathway? And what happens to Hangman is, I'm going to cover him a little bit. He gets eliminated. When they hang him upside down, he gets a different understanding because his perspective changes. He starts to see from a different perspective. So that's also necessary here, that maybe you're starting something with a certain mindset, but along the way, you need to change that mindset, because if you want wealth, the wealthy mindset doesn't really go along with that first mindset that you have. That's why you have a pause and reflection here. And after that reflection, there's going to be news coming forward while you are actually analyzing the situation, trying to find help, which will bring a lot of options to you. That situation, maybe a lot of different situations going to come in front of you. That can also confuse you a little bit, but I feel like it's not really going to be too long, because Six of Wands is the energy of victory. So even if that Hangman, that little pause, stresses you out, wait for that good news, or you might be the Knight of Swords. Maybe don't wait for the good news. Just pick up the phone. If you cannot move from A to B, if you cannot fill out certain things, if you cannot take action, you can call up people. You can send out emails to figure out what the answer is going to be here. What happens after that? I told you that there's 6 of Wands coming. There's a white horse, another white horse with a chariot. You're galloping towards a new future. You're not really laying down and waiting for or being hung up on the tree, waiting for the results to come. You're not going to do that. You're just going to start taking more action when the green light actually lights up. And with confidence, you're going to move forward to your desire, heart's desire here. We have the Lovers right there, which is actually very meaningful, especially during this week. Lovers can symbolize a choice, that you're going to make the right choice. You're going to make the right action, take the right action. You're going to choose the right person, maybe you're going to, I told you, like betting on the wrong horse initially. Maybe you're going to stop betting on anyone. You're going to trust that it is working, or you're going to choose the ones that are working. And it seems like that effort is going to pay back immensely. That choice that you make is going to bring you the help, that divine help, 6 of Pentacles, that you need very fast with 8 of Wands, okay? Along the way, though, 5 of Cups tells me there's going to be things that you don't like either. Like, yeah, the things are going very beautifully, but then there's going to be some things that are not really going to work out the way you want them to be, okay? I feel like that's why Hangman is showing up. So you can understand what these 3 cups are. When we look at the original tarot, we see there's some juices flowing out of these cups. The chariot on the bottom is still fast growth. So those things that didn't really come to you are the things that can turn out to be poison. That is not really going to be beneficial for you. So if you're passing on some stuff, some of the things that you desire is not really showing up, this is for you to focus on those 2 things that you desired and received, so you can see the bridge and get to the castle across the river. So instead of focusing on the lost stuff, and you see here, I forgot the name of this creature, but trying to catch the fish, focus on the opportunity, which this is actually this person, wise person with a cloak. That's what exactly what they're doing. They're not looking at the cups. And I feel like this is also showing up as an advice, that focus on the things that is in hand and the future opportunities. Because 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment. This is also falling into the weekend time. You might actually get the opportunity next weekend to celebrate a big fish right there that you have caught here. This can be also, this creature might be even working for you, that animal. I forgot the name of it. Is it ferret? Is your ferret maybe catching the fish for you? So you can enjoy it. So 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment. Your desires actually getting coming to you. And we also see a satisfied person here. Not only like the wishes coming into your life, it is going to end up being satisfying. And 8 of Cups is, wow, okay, this makes a lot of sense to me. Because this wish fulfillment will help you move away from that emotional despair to, again, 9 of Pentacles, a satisfaction, material satisfaction, enjoying that satisfaction, okay? At the end of the week, we have Queen of Pentacles. I feel like this is also coming as an advice as well. Yes, you're going to get satisfaction. You're going to have good time, happy time. You might have a little disappointment, but you're going to recover from it really fast. Queen of Pentacles here suggests that collect all that stuff, all that good feeling, all that material stuff that is coming into your life. Collect them all, store them all, and use them as like they're going to be your resources for the future endeavors. Okay, that memory that brought you the fulfillment, hold on to it. Do not discard it. Do not say, oh, it was a one-time thing, it will never happen. No. Say that I want these happy memories, happy coincidences or synchronicities to happen for me all the time. So I'm going to keep that memory alive, and I'm going to visualize with that emotion my future desires. The second thing here is Queen of Pentacles can be someone resourceful, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn coming into your life. With the bunny symbolizes that this person can be a little bit timid of doing things, but when they do, it's really abundant. Okay, they are resourceful, they can multiply anything really fast. So you can take this person as an example in front of you, and you can work together with them, or you can replicate what they're doing. You can become like their energy. You can copy their energy basically, but not in like a cheater's way, in a very authentic way, because even if we try, we cannot be 100% anybody else. We cannot. We can look like them, we can act like them, but we still have our own special, basically like fairy dust on all of us. It's different. So you can see what they're doing and maybe even reinterpret that. Or if this is a money situation, you can watch this person carefully and replicate that energy into your life. Okay, I'm gonna pull some more cards now. We're gonna look into some oracle because I think we need some wisdom of the hidden realms. These are hidden stuff, what you don't know, what you don't see right now. These are the things that are visible. I feel like the Chariots, the success, through discipline, is something visible that everybody can accomplish that. Lovers coming on during the Valentine's Day time, which I see sometimes like, oh, it's every day is a Valentine's Day. Yes, for sure. But as a collective, when we focus on something, we are so powerful, guys. When we meditate together about a subject, we can really change the energy of the world. We can really change the course of things. And I feel like those days, somebody actually commented like a Mother's Day, Father's Day. Yes, those special days when we focus on the energy on those days, focus on love, loving, being loved, it can really affect the energy field of the earth. So, and it can really affect how we receive love as well in a positive way. So we have the Eagle King here, the big picture, angelic help. I feel like these are one thing that you can do, one thing that you can actually allow to come. Focusing on the big picture, even if this is for the next 7 days, maybe this is for a lifetime of love coming into your life, that you need to, the actions that you will be taking in the next 7 days is going to be affecting the angelic help coming to you and affecting the long-term outcome. This doesn't have to be this next 7 days, but further on, whenever you actually put energy into something, look at the big picture. How can it turn out? What can it do for you within long term? And then ask for the divine, because the divine seems like here with you. Send that opportunities from sky to the earth, like from unseen to the seen. Okay? And then you will be ready to grab it too, because you're in expectancy. Another thing we have here is creativity, vastness, cosmos. Exactly. It's just everything you send out there is going to the cosmos, to the ether, and coming back to us as material things. That's exactly what the Eight of Wands actually suggests here. These wands are the opportunities, good luck, and the things that you're wishing to happen, 8 different things. They're coming from the sky, from the cosmos. There's a creative energy out there. It's like a vast, empty space that we fill it with our imagination. These are the things that you're imagining. And then 8 of Wands is actually them falling into the ground and materializing. That's why when you are requesting something from the vast energy, from the cosmos, you can create anything in your mind and request it. Make sure your focus is on the things that you want to happen, okay? And we have number 41 here. Number 41 in shamanism is actually a protective number. Seems like even if you think that somebody's going to take it away from me, if I even dream about big things. No, it's not going to be happening. You're going to be protected here. We have the Rainbow Prince, compensation and perseverance. I feel like this is the energy you're putting out there. What you put out is what you get back. That's the compensation you're putting in there. So let's say you want a new home, you want money, but you're thinking all the time. First, everything starts in the thought. I'm never going to get it. Then that's the compensation you're giving. and the answer is going to be compatible with that. So that's why if you have a desire but you're not seeing any results, perseverance is you going with, even though you don't have the evidence of it, going with the idea that this is available to you. It is available to everyone, and it's available to you as well. Finally, we have the restaurant tree, patience and stillness. So at the end, after you did all these things, the patience and stillness is going to be important. Stillness is quieting your mind, and there are many ways you can do that through prayer practice, meditation practice, calling on a mantra, like repeating a mantra over and over, to just interrupt the thoughts patterns. Okay, the mind. And your mind is probably pulling you back to the past or the future, keeps showing you the evidence of the things that can never happen for you, or your desire might never come to you. You can't keep pulling those negativity. You need to keep the patience, and in stillness, it's easier to do that. And also persevere on your desires. I feel like these are all coming forward. For some of you really need to hear this. That's why they're coming forward. You need to persevere in your desire. The compensation is that you offering positive thought to it and waiting quietly and patiently without interfering or with the energies of the cosmos, the universe. Okay? Because when you think it's impossible, you're killing the process, basically. You're cutting these wands off in the air. Okay? Let's pull. I have 2 cards here. This one of them is going to be about healing. One of them about, let's see, this is actually C's guidance. The other one is about healing. Love. May you dive deep into your passions. So everything we want is for love. We think that it's going to create more love in our lives. And this is, I feel like, the formula coming to you to tell you that when you dive deep into your passions, you're going to attract more love into your life. What else we have here? The green. Green is the heart chakra. Let's see. Perplexed. Still unsure of what happened. Shake your head, roll your eyes, and respect that others choose to travel different journeys than you. Remember that each journey is important, and this is very actually important for you to hear. You might be keeping yourself responsible of how the things went in the past, but it seems like here you are only responsible from your own choices, your own life, your own outcomes. And if another one doesn't want to participate, it's not your fault or it's not your responsibility. Remember, each journey is important. Yes, everything happens for a reason for you. Everything happened for a reason to you. And it's your job is to just find that reason, not dealing with other people. If they don't want to be there, they don't want to support you. If you couldn't help them, that's also, like I said, that's empathy, understanding that it's their journey. Okay, detaching from that. All right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, I'm going to add some more videos for you to enjoy, and I wish you a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.